Nnamdi Kanu drops bombshell from prison and orders Igbos to do this immediately before December 15 judgment. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news update. Please click on the notification bell. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Pope Nnamdi Kanu, is calling on his supporters to maintain a heightened state of vigilance as they await the crucial Supreme Court judgment on his incarceration scheduled for December 15th. Kanu, a prominent figure in the pursuit of Biafran independence, has emphasized the importance of focus and resilience in the face of potential disruptions orchestrated by what he refers to as fifth columnists seeking to destabilize the situation ahead of a court decision. This plea for vigilance was conveyed during a meeting between Kanu and his legal team at the Department of State Services DSS facility in Abuja on Tuesday. Aloy Ejimako, Kanu's special counsel, shared the leader's message, urging supporters to remain watchful against any attempts to rock the boat in the days leading up to the judgment. Nnamdi Kanu's legal saga dates back to his arrest in June 2021 in Kenya, where he was subsequently subjected to extraordinary rendition. Upon his return to Nigeria, the federal government initially charged him with a 4-count pre-rendition charge. However, the charges were later amended by the former Attorney General of Nigeria, Abubakar Malami, who replaced all but 1 count with a 13-count charge related to terrorism and membership in a proscribed organization. The legal proceedings took various turns with the Federal High Court in response to application, reducing the charges to 7 counts. Eventually, the Court of Appeal quashed these charges despite being charged and acquitted. Kanu remains in custody, prompting concerns and protests from his supporters who believe his continued detention is unjust. Aloy Ejimako took to social media to share Kanu's directive following the meeting with his legal team. In a post on his X handle, Ejimako wrote, and I quote, "Update. I just exited today's visitation with Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the company of my colleague, Barrister Mandela. He directed that as we count down to December 15, the loyal and faithful should be vigilant to an plot by the fifth columnist to rock the boat and pin the blame on our people." As December 15 approaches, the anticipation surrounding the Supreme Court judgment heightens, putting the spotlight on Nnamdi Kanu's situation and the broader implication for the Biafran movement. The prolonged legal battle and Kanu's continued detention have become a focal point of discussions both nationally and internationally. Despite his discharge and acquittal, Kanu's incarceration persists, raising questions about the adherence to legal processes and the rule of law in Nigeria. His case has become symbolic of larger issues related to human rights, freedom of expression, and the right to self-determination. In response to Kanu's call for vigilance, supporters have expressed their commitment to remaining steadfast and alert in the days leading up to the Supreme Court ruling. Protest and advocacy efforts are expected to intensify as the Biafran movement seeks justice and the release of its leader. Now, let me say this. I like the way he has come out to say some things because that means he's actually very observant. For those who have been following this particular issue, this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu issue, do you know that anytime that there is a kind of attempt to see if the government will look into his matter, they are doing it slow and they are rocking the boats, what's it called, gently, that row gently down the stream, they are rocking the boat, they are rowing the boat gently, something will just come. In fact, during that period that they'll start talking about, oh, okay, they'll see whether they'll release this man, he has stayed there. Before you know it, something will happen that will be like jeopardizes. So I am thankful that at least they don't recognize, say, This thing is like their people. It's like their people. Because things don't just happen. People make them to happen. It is either something happens in the southeastern region before you will say Jack Robinson, everywhere done the hot again. And before you know it, they will say, these people that we are talking about, you sure say we no go leave this matter. And before you know it, that is how they leave it. Remember that this man, as at last year, yes, as of last year, this particular man was actually, they said he has been acquitted and freed. I am even still surprised that it is 1 year later and this man has not been freed. I said it that time that this man, a lot of people were buzzing my phone. How far? Is it true? Is it true? They were asking me everywhere. And I told them, look, the only time I'm going to believe is if this man comes out and addresses his people. So yes, this is a very, should we call it timely reminder. Everybody should behave well. If there's anything that will make you not to behave well this period, just remove it. Anything that will make you not to behave well, to jeopardize this period. That man has stayed in that prison for 2 years plus, almost 3 years. So I think it is high time that everybody remains calm. And let us see if it is this administration that will actually do something about it. At least that man don't try for that place now. His only crime was that he was echoing the voices of his people. That is his only crime. That is his only crime. So you see this particular one, let them do what? Let them be careful. This is not the time to come out and be threatening or listening to anybody coming out to threaten what's it called? To do Ndaboski. This is not the time for Ndaboski talks. All those talk that they will come out, oh, the government will do this one, we are going to do this, and we will now do that, and we will now show them. No, this is not the time for those. This is the time for quietness. Let us see how everything will leading up to 15th of December. At least make them even get themselves. You understand? Now, so it's supposed to be. That is how it is what it is meant to be.